That's it. Hey, hello everybody. Welcome to this. Ooh, watch live now. Look at that. I just got notified that I'm live. Hey, welcome to this special Monday evening edition of DeWitt 3D Canada. I am Tim. I'm so happy to welcome you all here to this exciting stream for me. I got a box which looks like it's an overkill box. I think it is for what's inside, but we will see. And it looks like we have a few people here already. Jose Ferreira is here. Hello, Jose. Hello. And John, Tripods Garage, lasers. Pew, pew. Yes, lasers. Finally getting into some really big boy lasers here, finally. 3D Medic Vince is here, and James L is here. You don't worry about Soup, James. Soup is really, Sunday is really the official Soup stream. I'll do Soup on Sundays, but maybe not during the week. Otherwise, I get sick of Soup. So let's see. Andrew Humphrey is here, and Duff. And that's a big box you got there, Tim. Well, thanks, Duff. I appreciate that. What can I say if that's what she said? I was a little too late on that one. So anyways, there we go. Andrew, I think it was you. I did get your message. I haven't responded yet. I apologize. Been a busy day. So anyways, without further ado, because I'm only streaming for 2 hours tonight, maximum 9 o'clock p.m. Mountain Standard Time, which will be way past Jose's bedtime. So we're going to get to this. So let's see what we can do. Anyways, I wasn't even sure if this was going to arrive this week, but I actually happened to get this package in this week, which is riser feet. Now, this is a refurbished Xtool D1 Pro 20 watt. Refurbished, you say? Interesting. Well, if you go on to their site, they actually, Xtool themselves are selling the refurbished machines. You save $400 US on the machine. You get a 1-year warranty, the same as a brand new machine. The only caveat with the warranty is if they have to replace your machine, they replace it with another refurbished. They do not replace it with a new one. But everywhere I've been reading and all the videos I've been watching, people are actually quite impressed with how good these refurbished machines are as far as packaging, as far as they think they're brand new. They're that good. So, but to save that kind of money on a refurbished machine, why wouldn't you? Anyways, there is a link to the refurbished site, or the refurbished Xtool D1 Pro 20 watt in the description below. So if you're interested, if you're just curious, go and check it out. They sell a plethora of refurbished equipment at Xtool, so it's pretty good. And the fact they give you the same warranty as a new one is really awesome, and that makes you a little bit more confident in getting something refurbished. So there we go. Pew, pew. Yes, it is. So without further ado, let's get this going. I don't know if I'm going to have enough bench space here, so if I have to, I will pull out the Lazy Susan board that I use for the rat rig, or the one on the end of my table. We'll see if we can fit this. And I've yet to buy a spoil board for this. I'm going to talk about the spoil board, and I'll talk about the Lightburn software, and I'll talk about a source that I got myself a nice spoil board print from. Some of you guys may or may not have heard of this gentleman that streams about lasers. So, and it's not who you may think. So let's go ahead and start opening this. Let's see if we have any more people on the stream at the moment. We had 6 people waiting. I am just curious, and we now have 8 people watching. Well, that's good. I think 8 is a good number to start unboxing with. So here we go. So let's cut this open. When I lifted this, I can pretty much tell this big box is mostly packing. And man, it's a huge box. It just means I have to do more recycling. Yeah, the box inside is a fair bit smaller. Here, let me, there I am. Okay, let me hear. I've got a sort of a semi-overhead camera here to kind of show you what's inside here. Semi-overhead camera, he says. Look at that. Not me. I don't stream all that often. No, it's not you, John. No, not you, John. We'll start ducking and dodging in as he swings the knife around. Oh, okay, well, let's go ahead and get rid of some of this paper. So it's kind of funny you say that, because I wasn't going to mention this, Oh yeah, it's just an open box inside. Okay, so it's kind of heavy. So what I'm going to do is I have to cut this big, well, no, I might not cut this big box down. It might be useful for something down the road. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to carefully tilt this box forward. You're going to not see me for a minute. And I'm going to drag the box that's inside out. It's pretty heavy. It's funny when, there we go. When you lift a big box, it doesn't feel as heavy as when you take the box inside the big box out. And we have a packing slip in here. Xtool D1 Pro 20 blah, blah, action, blah, blah. Okay, all that stuff. Now I'm going to get rid of this box without bumping my camera. Easier said than done. So hang on. Normally I throw the boxes back, but this thing's big enough. It'll take my camera with it. Here, let's do this. There we go. This is a more reasonable size box. And it looks like it's upside down. Okay, let's turn it right side up. There we go. Golden Red Pro. I'll show you the top of the box here. Whoops. There we go. He is a cat. Yeah, playing inside the box. Hey, the box is more fun than what's in it, right? Yeah. So there we go. So I was going to tell you earlier while I was setting up for the stream, don't ask me how, okay? And I shouldn't be saying this, I shouldn't be admitting this, and Maria's going to be cringing saying, don't tell them. Well, I have to because it's my, it's one of the reasons people tune into me is to see me get hurt. Well, setting up for the stream, I had to bend over there and pick something up. Now, silly me, I disassembled an old Ortour laser, like we're speaking old, that stopped working. And I put the extrusions on my shelf there, and they're sticking out about yay long. Well, I bent down to pick something off the floor below the extrusions, and I'm sure you can probably guess what I'm going to say next. I get up. How else? Leave it to me to cut the back of my ear and slice it open and bleed like a pig. But back of my ear. So there we go. I got up, sliced with the extrusion, done. We're all bandaged up, bleeding stopped. So box fishing. I caught one. Throw it back. There we go. There we go. So there we go. You missed it, but I did. There was blood. So theoretically, there's been blood on this stream. Theoretically. Okay, we open the box. Let's go ahead and switch to the overhead view here, or my semi-overhead view. Oops, over this way, and you guys can witness the opening of the box. And as I open it, I think there's going to be a sound that goes, ah! Maybe we'll see. Okay, keep in mind this is refurbished. I've been told that it's very impressive how they package it, how they refurbish it and everything, so we will see. So far, quite interesting. Look at that. There we go. We have our Xtool envelope containing something. We'll put that down. We have our other Xtool envelope containing something. We will look at those in a moment. We have some foam packaging here. Push this aside and look at the beautiful red. Look at the beautiful red. And the nice gold X gantry. Everything looks reasonable in here. Everything looks clean. This looks like it is a, not sure. Okay, this is the, in here we have a toolkit. Okay, with a bunch of screws. Rebagged a screwdriver. Everything in here looks relatively new. I've heard that they do replace a lot of things. And then we have our safety goggles in a case. And these look like they're new. I'm sure they would not reuse old safety goggles. So we'll have a look at those in a minute. And then we have a package of zip ties. It's going to be to help out with cable management. I have watched a couple videos of the build of this. So I've got a little bit of insight. Okay, then here we have, it's very nicely tightly packaged, so it's very secure. So I think in shipping, things would not bounce. Yeah, this is very tightly packed. Oh, that is weighty. Never expected that. Mind you, I'm used to the little 5-watt laser heads, and this is a 20-watt laser head. So let's go ahead and open this. look. Oh, that's beautiful. Look at that. I mean, if you didn't tell me otherwise, I would say I would say that's brand new if you didn't tell me otherwise. I mean, that is really, really nice looking. So no marks, no sign of usage at all on this. So that's excellent so far. That's really good. Okay. And then we have, so let's get that packaging gone out of there. Well packed and well designed machine. Yes, and I mean for a refurbished machine to be packed again this well is awesome. From what I understand, they take them apart, they put them back at the factory, they assemble them, they make sure they're working, they fix or replace whatever needs fixing or replacing, if anything. So there's one of our. Oh man, this is like a lot more solid and beefier than I was expecting. Wow. Wow, I mean, I knew it was good, but I didn't expect it to be this good. This is nice anodized aluminum. Okay, so we're going to pull this out. Let's put this aside here. And then we have this rail. Man, this is a heavy machine. This is nice. Oh, I'm excited. This sure beats the heck out of those cheap 5-watt machines I've had. Okay, then we have another rail here. This looks like our front rail. Yeah, with the Xtool on it. And we have a main board here. And man, it's clean. So as the people that have reviewed this say, it looks brand new. If you didn't tell me otherwise, I would say that this is a brand new machine. But we'll keep an eye out for any signs of, wear or anything that it's been used before. That's how the new ones are packaged. Very good. Awesome. Autocorrect sucks. Okay, then we have this part here. Okay. And if we take this packaging off, looks like we have, there we go, there's our rod. And let's just check that that is perfectly straight. A little bit of dust. I don't know if that's dust or if that's just grease that they've put on there to grease it. But it's packing, it's probably from the packing foam, but that looks great. And it's not bent at all, it's perfect. Cool. Okay, and I think that's all that's in that hole. Then we have our back portion of the frame, obviously. Oh, I see a fingerprint on it. No big deal. Everything still looks good. Yep. Everything looks great. Okay. Oh, and with the refurbished, you do get, if you go to the site and check, you do get free the 2 boxes of extension feet with the refurbished unit. So that's another one. I haven't opened those. I'm hoping they're red. So I would think they would send red with a red machine. And then we got our Gantry. I mean, look how well packaged that is. Look how clean that is. Again, I would take this as brand new if I didn't know better. That is really, really well done. Okay. That here, and we just got a couple more things to take out of here. Looks like a USB cable, some pen shing, I'm guessing that's grease. And we got a couple cables there, USB, etc. There's our power brick. Okay, and okay, that is interesting. Oh, there it is. I was going to say it's missing a power cord, but it's not. It's right there. There's the power cord. So, and again, nothing I've pulled out of here yet looks used. So, yeah. I don't know if these are demos or if these are returns that they're refurbishing. Okay, that's it for the unpacking of this big box. You knew the same one named Weldon Tucker. Duff shows clients they care. Absolutely they do, especially when they give you a like-new warranty, right? So let's put this aside. So we'll just drop this one just sort of right over there on the floor. Okay. Let's come back over and say hi now that I got a clear bench and you can actually see me. So, okay. Let's take a look at, man, I can't get over how big, how beefy this head is. That is cool. I'm so excited. And it actually has Apparently we got a built-in adapter for the air feed and everything already on this. So although I don't see it. Now I wonder if that is a missing piece. Let's wait and see. It might be in this box, might be in the toolbox. We'll see. Let's just see. Let's open this. This feels like it's going to be an assembly manual or something. Okay. And that is. So in here we have, it's empty now. So we have our Xtool. It's a thank you card, the smart cutting machine, and basically it is a hi Xtool member. Thank you for choosing us. Your feedback truly means a lot. We'd like to hear it. If you have any questions, we are always here to help. Thank you to It 3D for no, just kidding. They didn't personalize it. It's a generic thank you card. Okay. Okay, and then they have a book. I should be showing you guys this. Then they have a book here, Magical Things Made by Xtool. And it's a book of different, this is really nice. This is a book of different things that have been made or you can make on this particular engraver. I mean, this is really, really nice. Acrylic, etc., etc. Look at that. That is nice. That's a nice touch. Okay, and of course we have our instructions and our quick start guide. So one of these, oh, there we are. This is our assembly manual right here. And this is our instructions, which I think is how to, that's German. I can't read German yet. How do I set the position of the laser module? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's after it's assembled. So we're going to need this assembly manual. And then in this other box, I believe this is what they are sending out as their sample pack for the material pack. Or a sample material pack. It is too. You get a complete sample material pack. Let's have a look. Hello. Nope, I think I got it all. So let's have a look here. Let's go here. And so you get a sheet of metal now. From what I understand, this is to go underneath your working piece so that if you burn through, you're not going to burn your bench or your table or your spoil board or whatever. I will be using a honeycomb to be cutting. I do have a honeycomb from, I forget the company now, but I do have a honeycomb, so we'll be using that. And then this is just a sample pack that's got some wood in here. It's got some acrylic. It has quite a few little pieces in here. We'll explore that a little bit later. But this is nice. Again, brand new. I think they just throw this in even in the refurbished ones, which is great. Now let's check out and see what kind of glasses they give you. You get a nice case. And let's see if there's any nose prints on these ones. Open it up, you get a cleaning cloth. And the glasses are packaged. Oh, and those are nice. And they are perfectly clean, no scratches, no blemishes. So these are definitely brand new. So let's go ahead and see number one. Oh, let's see how I look with these. Let's see. I can't see a thing, but let's just see. Oh, rocking it out. But I have to actually cheat and wear these over my glasses, which can work. I can rock that. Yeah. Okay. But very nice that you get a case and a cleaning cloth. Okay, and those look like much better quality glasses than you get with the than I've gotten with the less expensive Pew-Pews. So there we go. Okay, without further ado, let's see. You went to Subway the other day and asked for your sandwich to be toasted. They left it in the oven a long time. Came out looking like charcoal. I clapped and said, "Well done." Made them all laugh. Andrew, what would we do without you for comic relief on this channel? Awesome. Okay, only 6 people watching right now. Not many people interested in lasers, I suppose, but that's okay. This is a nice, intimate little group then. So in here we have our hardware. We have our little screwdriver, obviously for assembly. Okay. And it's a hex driver. It looks like about a 3mm hex and a Phillips. What the hex? Like, that's great. Just little things like that make a difference in the company you choose. We have a micro SD card. We have some hex keys here. We have a, I don't know, And then we have a coupler here, and we have some screws. We have an air assist adapter, and we have an air assist adapter cover. Okay, so let's go ahead and start some assembly. Your dad would always say, "Job well done," and that way he said it's more like a job well done. I'm gonna have to remember that. Okay, let's go ahead and start the assembly so I don't talk too much. Okay, here's our packaging list of what we get. I'm going to basically assume that we have everything here, although I shouldn't make an assumptions because you know what I say about assumptions, but from what I see, we have material pack, quick start guide, power adapter cable, USB cable, motor cable, cable ties, limit switch connection cable. I believe that's in here. Yes, it looks like that is in here. And we have some peng sheng. And I'm not lying when I say we have peng sheng. Look, 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 look. Look, it says right there on the bag, peng sheng. Now maybe that's Chinese for lubricant. Could be, could very well be. Okay, and we have our screws, we have our risers, we have our aluminum sheet, rotary attachment, some packs. We don't have a rotary attachment. Okay, so first thing we got to do is I'm going to give you guys, I don't know which view, we'll just do this view because that way you can watch, and if there's anything special or important happening, then I'll switch to the fancy cameras. What do you think? Does that sound good? Sounds good. Okay, A, B, C, D. Okay, so we're going to take D, which is this guy right here. This one, I believe. What's the difference between D and D? Okay, we're going to cut. We got a cable tie to cut here, a zip tie. Lube for your moving parts. That's what I thought so, but I couldn't translate it. Well, at least I'm learning a little bit of Chinese now. So Sheng, no, not, what's the word? Pen sheng stands for lube for moving parts. Cool. Okay, so we have our belt that's on here already, but that kind of stays on here. Anyways, let's just follow the instructions. So we cut that loose now. We take A and B and we insert it into C and D. So we have our rails. There we go. This one is already done. So this is going to be the side with the motor is going to go here. Well, this might just fit on the bench. And this side of the motor is going to go, this side goes here. This, okay. And we have our front, which is here. Okay, which I believe goes, so let's just make sure we do this right. Do I have this backwards? No, I don't. I just got to move this part down a little bit. Where's that belt supposed to go? I think that belt's supposed to stay up this end. Let me just get this belt. Yeah, I think I need to just grab this belt so it doesn't buckle up there. There we go. Because that belt's going to end up looping around up here, I believe. So we'll just move this down a little bit here. There we go. So now, this supposedly goes in here, like so. Okay, let's just make sure. I don't want to damage anything. Inside there, yep. Okay. He also would say, oh, here we're keeping it PG. Hey, Stephen Levad, how are you? So let's get this down here. This should be, where's the screw hole for this one? Right there. That should line up with that hole. That should come in. It's a tight fit, I guess. It's supposed to be that tight. Oh, I see. It goes around the power supply, just like that. Okay. Just like that. Okay. Kind of like that. There we go. And then this one's going to slide in. so. There we go. I may end up having to turn this way. Yeah. That'll fit on the bench. That's a nice big frame. Okay. And then we take our B, which is the back, which perfectly makes sense. B for back. That was tricky. Hey, Stephen Poole. And there we go. Okay, like so. Nice. Okay. A, B, C, D. No scissors included in the pack. That's okay. We have snippers. We have our snippers here. Okay, so next we're going to flip the pages. And we want to make sure that everything is showing through the hole on this side. So let's just kind of, can I fit this with this? Oh, just fit on the bench like this. So they're saying to make sure that we can see the USB port through here, the power port, and the on-off switch, which we can. Okay. Now we're going to secure it with 16 of the little tiny flathead screws. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's see if give you guys this little overhead view here. A little bit of a here we go. There we go. And let's go down a little bit. There we go. That way you don't have to look at my ugly mug for a bit here. So okay. So I'm just going to pour these screws out for now. It'll be easier for me to access them. Here we go. And this looks like it's going to be my blue one. Look at that. It is the blue one. So we're going to put screws in all 16 places. Da, 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 da. And that sort of pulls it into place. And then there's 2 on the bottom here. 1, 2, 3 on the end. Okay. Before we tighten them all tight, we'll just make sure that all the screws are going in. This one's got to come in a bit. There we go. Okay. We're just going to leave them all kind of just a little bit loose. What's John saying? Everything lines up nice. Like that. Like the Loctite is colored per. Oh, yeah. Yes. Absolutely. Oh, yeah, we have red and blue Loctite. That's right. It looks to me like they included all new screws with this too, because it doesn't look like any of the Loctite is worn off. Gravity still works, just so you know. We just tested some gravity. Okay. Everything's fitting nice and snug. Now we got to check the frame for square, obviously, I believe is one of the steps, but the way these things are just perfectly fitting, I'm going to guess that it's not going to be an issue with squareness on the frame. Let me pour some more screws out. Come on, there we go. Try to keep an eye on the chat as I go, but I also want to get this going. So I'm doing my best, guys. So you have those ones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we got to turn it around and do the same on the back side. Okay, so let's carefully come around like this. There we go. And we'll get this end, and then we'll snug them all down once we have everything in and lined up. Love the way this feels and the way this is going together compared to the old. I'm going to say that over and over. You guys will get sick of hearing me say, man, this is so much better than the cheaper old 5-watt lasers. Just the feel. Oh, Just the feel, the look, the red. Okay. Actually, I wonder if the quad view would work better. Here, let's see. Do I have the quad view set up here? Yeah, maybe this view. Here, we'll see if you guys like this view. And if you don't, you don't. But you can just see, because this way you get all these weird angles, like, ooh, at this camera. Look at that. See? Or we'll do this view. Just for the heck of it. Red like a fire truck. Yeah, it is. I love the red. I mean, holy crap, I love the red. I'm hoping I'm pretty hoping the feet they sent me are red too. I haven't looked. I would assume they should be, or they would be. Although, never assume. Okay. Okay. And we've got one more to go on this side. Now we can snug everything. I'm just going to double check the instructions. Yeah, we put them in all the holes. And then when we go flip it over, we have to put in 2 screws, which are the belt tensioning screws. Okay. There you go. Okay, so now that they're all in, let's just go ahead and around and we'll snug them now that we have the frame all fit. Okay. Iron Man color, yeah. That's why I turned down so many other lasers for review. All the other lasers just felt, oh yeah, I mean, man. Well, that old Ortour, it was one of the first Ortours, like it's probably from 3 years ago. That just the actual, I think I just left it outside too much or something, but it blew, the main board blew. I heard sort of pop. I thought, okay, well, it's not worth even trying to fix it or replace anything. So I just took it apart for parts. And I mean, my goodness, one piece on this thing, one piece feels heavier than that whole laser did. So it's, I mean, wow. Now, apparently, too, they just recently released, now maybe I'm behind the times a little, and this is old news, but apparently they just recently released a 40-watt laser compatible with this D1 Pro. 40-watt laser, but it's like $900, almost $1,000 US just for the laser head. But I can imagine what a 40-watt laser would do for you. So, don't tighten the left screws all the way. Will make it harder for the optional optical shaft. Oh, okay. Don't tighten the left screws all the way on the front, you're saying. Okay. Okay, let's just let's loosen these ones off a bit. I'll take your advice because I know you've built one of these before, John. Just realized your macro keys on the these TV series with the gun. Okay. Okay. Okay, now we need these screws. These longer ones, and there should be 2 of them. I just want to make sure I get the right ones. There's 2 with glue and 2 without glue. And are these the ones with Loctite? I don't think so. Do they have Loctite? I can't really see if they have. Oh, they do have Loctite on them. So these are going to be for the belt tensioning. It looks like there's something not in there. Is there something missing from this? Or, oh, that's where the, oh, I see. That's where the other thing goes. Okay. The belt tensioning is at the back anyways. So we're going to turn this around. I'm just going to look at this the right way. What's John saying now? Don't tighten. Oh, I already read that. Don't tighten the left screws. Okay. So these ones here go in the back. And these, I'm pretty sure these have the Loctite. The screws are used to set the tension timing belts. Do not fully tighten them, otherwise timing belts may be damaged. I really can't tell if there's Loctite on these or not. I don't know why. Yeah, I guess you would want Loctite on the tensioning screws because you don't want them vibrating loose. Okay, so we put that in, and we won't make much movement. We'll just leave them just so they're flush for now. Oh, Tripod's Garage says belt screws. Oh, yes. Okay, the belt screws. Okay, sorry. That makes sense. Because this is where we have to put that rod in up here. Okay. So we'll just get this one in. Okay. We'll leave the left one loose because that's where the belt screw's going to go in up here. Okay, that makes sense. So I can go ahead and snug these ones up again. See, it helps if I read. Okay. Really does help if I read. Okay, so turn this around. Okay, and we will just ignore what I did before with loosening these ones off, because he did say the belt screws. I tend to read fast and overread things, and then I'd wonder, why did he say to loosen these things off? John, are you crazy? 40-watt upgrade is practically a whole new laser. Oh, okay, new board, new gantry, new end stops, new harness. Oh, cool. I guess just the frame that's different. Okay, we got these in. Now we got to turn it up on its end. And we're going to insert the rod. Okay, where did I put the magic rod? Here. And then we have a coupler, which is in here. If I can get the coupler out, it would be good. Let's just give myself a little assistance here. And there's one screw missing out of the coupler. Or it just fell out, or it was loosened. There we go. So let's put this coupler screw back in. Optical shaft. Who names this thing? Optical shaft. Okay, so there's our coupler, and it is the same size on both ends. So we have to take our shaft. We have to slide our coupler over the shaft. Okay. And then we're going to insert our coupler down the one end in the belt, and the other end is going to go into the stepper motor. Okay, so we have to tilt this up like so. I think I'm going to turn it around and look at it from the other. Oh, I can probably get in here and see it like this, but I'm going to turn it around the way they're orienting it in the image, like so. And you guys can kind of see from this camera what's happening here. Okay, so we need to take this and ensure I get the belt. Let's get this up out of the way. So insert the belt on this end so it gets on the geared teeth, and then that shit goes into the hole down here. So, oh, I see what you mean. Okay, so that might be a little too snug up here. Aha. Because I don't want to pull that too tight and bend anything. So let's just loosen that way off a bit. There we go. Okay. Now we should find the hole, no problem. And we found the hole there. Okay. Now we got to come over. And we found the hole. You can't put the shaft through the timing belt. The possible cause is that the timing belt is too tight, which we did find out, so we loosened it off a bit. So now we're going to flip the page, and I remember from the instructions watching this, we're going to slide it over onto the stepper motor, slide the two sliders down against the front plate. Okay. So one thing I did see on one of the videos that talked about, let me make sure that belt is engaged properly. It is. That talked about this was when I slide it over to the stepper motor, don't go all the way over. And ideally, they said, now, not sure if you can see right here, ideally they said you want to kind of take a flashlight, shine through, and you want to make sure that this gap on your coupler is right between the two shafts. Because if you look, there is a little bit of a gap between the shafts. And if you get that coupler right in the middle so the gap is between the shafts, you know you're going to get a good bite on both ends of the coupler on the shaft. So let me grab my flashlight so I can see down that. DeWitt, Canada, in a traditional wedding. It's the priest in the coupler. I gotta stop reading those comments, man. You're distracting me. So if I look down, aha. Let's just Come on, this light's really, I think I have to come down this way. There we go. If I go, I'm in between there and I'm there. So right about there is where I want that to be. Don't want it too far over, don't want it too far the other way. Okay, so now we'll tighten that coupler. Now I wonder, I didn't notice if there was Loctite on these, but if I have issues with this, we can always put Loctite, some blue Loctite on the coupler screws. But we should be okay now. If I turn that, it is turning everything the way it should turn. Okay, so now we've got that in, we got the shaft in. Nice. Okay, and right here you see the little antenna, little Wi-Fi antenna. Slide the two sliders down against the front plate. Let me see what it says on the next page. Oh, it says to slide them before I put that in. Okay. Oh, and this is another thing I saw. Okay, so I wasn't supposed to tighten this yet. Fair enough. So we will have a look, and I can pretty much eyeball that gap now that I know where it is. Okay, so I wasn't meant to tighten these yet. Okay, so that's loose, loose, loose. Okay. Okay, so they want to slide down towards the plate. So if you slide this one down, so that makes contact. Now, this is the other thing that I heard one of the other makers point out. This might be hard to see, but I'm going to try and show you on the bench camera. And I don't know if you came across this, John, when you were building it, but now this might be hard to see. Hopefully you understand what I'm saying. Now, when you slide these down towards here, the idea is that you're getting these parallel before you tighten your coupler so that these are parallel across. But this one here touches the actual frame. It actually comes down and hits right to the end of the frame, no problem. This one here, it's really hard to see, but maybe from this angle. There we go. This one here, because there's a little part in here that hits a part of the main board here, you can see there's a little gap right there. So this one is not quite hitting the frame. And so it's not going to be exactly level to the frame when we have the one over on the other side here laying flat on the frame. Now, maybe that little bit won't make a difference, but I was advised, well, one of the other makers in the video advised that when you do this, you lay it down this way and you bring them up to this end where they will both hit the frame in the same spot. Okay, so we're hitting the frame underneath because these pieces are pretty much identical, and then tighten it up at this end so that these are exactly parallel. They're not that about 2 millimeters off on this end. Look at John. Look at you, John. So we have that. So now I'm going to go ahead, and I know that's right about there. Great minds, right, John? And you would have thought of that, and I wouldn't have thought of that without seeing the video. I would not even have thought to look for that. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and take this and tighten this coupler now. If I can get the hex key in there. There we go. And one more here. Come on, get in the hole. And there we go. Like so. There we go. So now we know that these are exactly even. So now when we move them down, they're going to move in conjunction with one another. Awesome. Now you can adjust sides equally, then tighten the belts. Yes. So now we can tighten the belts. Okay, so this one, this other belt is tensioned pretty good. Now I'm going to assume, and I shouldn't assume, this is probably going to tell me here, but the belt tensioning, from what I understand, is pretty much similar to what you'd tension a 3D printer belt like. Although they're not mentioning tensioning belts here at this moment. But I will. I just don't want this to be too flimsy and floppy while I'm doing anything. So let's go ahead and tension this belt. Okay. There we go. I'll get that so it's about, yeah, see this belt was pre-tensioned because that part, the belt never came off. So we're just going to kind of tension them so they're about even on both sides. And that's about, I'd say, ding, 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 ding. Same tension, yeah. Ding, 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 ding. Okay, enough of that. Enough of my ding dinging. That's about right. You just don't want to over tighten belts like in anything, right? Okay, this one's maybe a little tight, so loosen that just a hair. Okay, I think we're good. There we go. Okay. So we have that belt. The belt is tensioned. We have a few more screws. Let's just get these out of the middle. Don't drop them on the floor. Otherwise, you'll hear me swear on stream. Okay. Now, we've tightened the couplers. No problem. Now we are going to take pay attention to the front and back sides of the connector and insert it properly. Okay, so we need a connector here. It's one of these. Oh man. I think my other ear is having sympathy pains for the ear I cut. But it's kind of hurting. So we have a tiny, tiny little wire or belt or cable, and then we have a longer cable. So this one looks like it's going from the main board to the stepper motor. And of course, we all know because we're in 3D printing that a stepper motor one has more pins than the one that connects to the main board normally. So that's why they say pay attention to where you're putting your wire. So we're going to stand this up again, like so. Here we go, and we'll just focus on here for now on this camera. So obviously the stepper motor wire is the wider one. I know that just from experience, but if you're watching this and you don't know, the stepper motor one is going to be the wider and a little thinner one. But it won't fit otherwise, but you don't want to try and force it in. And there's a stepper motor one, and then we come over to the main board, and that plugs into the big white plug on the main board. You cannot miss it. Right here. Come on. Right there. Okay. Now, do we need to zip tie this down? Let's just see. Okay. Got the connector in, and we're going to zip tie that down to the 3 points. They're along here, and they're going to sort of tuck in underneath. So let's grab our zip ties they provided. You have built 4 of them, 3 for reviews and 1 for an Xtool booth at the scale. Oh, look at you, John. Look at you. 4 of them. Awesome, man. Okay. There's 1. So how many did you keep, John? Do you use your Xtool? Because I know you have a plethora of lasers. Like, you are the laser king. You're one of the laser kings. And then our third one here. Come on. Come on, zippity tie. Oh, got the zip tie on backwards. Duh. Only 5 people watching now. Wow. Either I'm that boring or there's something else exciting going on somewhere. Okay. That's all right. At least misery loves company. So we'll snip these off. There we go. There's our stepper motor connected. Let me just double check something over here on this screen real quick. And that is accurate. Yes. Wow. Also have the F1. Oh, that looks so nice. That F1. I was watching a video on that today. And I think you did a video on the F1 as well. D1 with the IR and the 40 watt. Nice. This is the tripod comment show. It is. You're probably the only one really paying attention. My battery watch is pretty much dead, so let's put that aside. Ooh, gets sweaty on the wrist. Okay, so now we're done that. We're gonna work on the gantry. Okay, cool. So let's set this down. Let's turn this around. Okay, man, this just feels so good. Okay. We're going to take gantry, we're going to snip all the zip ties off the gantry. Okay. There we go. Let's give you guys the quad view again. I know this is probably a tough view if you're watching on a phone, but oh well. Okay. Cut off the white cable ties and keep the black ones. So I didn't touch any black ones. Good. Just the white ones. No scissors are included in the pack. They keep telling me that. Okay. We are going to pull out some wires. Okay. We're going to attach the stepper motor cable to the stepper motor. Like so. Nice chunky plug there too. Everything about this thing just screams quality. Look at that. And we have these wires that come out. Okay. So we're up this way, like so. We have another wire here. Okay, well, let's flip the page and see what's going on. Would you say I had a plethora of I can't even read it. Oh, the first time you heard plethora was on, really? It's a common word. Okay, so we are going to come down. So this is going to go, front of the machine is here. Oh, sure, they're showing this from the back of the machine. So this is coming on the, okay, you know what, I'm a visual kind of guy, so I'm going to turn this around so I can kind of visualize it the way they're showing it. Pull these down a little bit here. Okay. So this has the front. So we have the motor on this side. What just fell? Something just fell. Oh, it's just a little piece of packing paper. Okay. Motor on this side. So we're going like this, like so, and like so. Okay, and then we're going to screw this in on the ends. Okay, so let's just sort of leave that kind of sitting there. And we're going to use the red threaded screws, the red Loctite screws. Let's just make sure we have red, 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 and red. Okay, we have 4 reds. So red is a stronger Loctite, if I'm not mistaken. It's a Loctite that's meant to hold and hold really well. So what we'll do is we'll get one in each end going. On the outside. So these are going on the outside holes. There we go. Get that one started, and then I'm just going to put one on this end so that I can kind of let go of this. Okay. Okay, so there we go. I can kind of let go of that. 4, 4, 4, and 4. There we go. Okay, and this one. And then I'll get this other one going here. There we go. Okay, so let's screw these in. I'm going to actually, I'm not going to be lazy. I was going to go get my power driver, but you know what? It only takes a couple seconds to get these in. And we'll get them all in, then we'll snug them. Snuggles. Okay. You can feel that Loctite taking grip. Okay. A plethora of plethoras. A plethora of I swear I need new glasses again. Okay, and we'll get this end snugged. And this end snugged. There we go. Okay, now we insert the other long one in the middle, which I'm assuming is a tension of the belt. Yes, belt tensioning screw here again. Okay, and that one's got blue Loctite again. Well, they all have blue Loctite. I just didn't see it last time. Looks like they give spare screws too, which is great. I like when companies give spare screws. Okay, so put that on. We'll get this belt tensioned about the same as the other ones. Out there, okay. Good. Richard McLean, hello from Las Vegas. How are you? I'm Yatas. Yatas. What? What? Andrew. Where's this little wire go yet? I guess we'll figure that out in a minute. Okay. Belt tensioning screw done. Okay, we're going to turn it up again. And we are going to hook up some wires. Okay, so we're going to turn it up on its end again. Looks like we're going to turn it up so the electronics end is down. Like this. Whoa, now it really goes. Look at that. Okay. So we are now going to, here, I will switch over to this camera again for you guys. Not that bright though, you can't really see. Can I lighten this camera up at all? Let's see. No, it's about as bright as it's going to get. Well, at least I can do is focus it for you, right? Or better yet, hang on. Better yet, I can go to this one. Ooh, look at that. That's a kind of a funky view right there. Look at that. Notification that tripod's breaking the internet with all his comments. Yeah, he is. I mean, my goodness. I think he's reached his comment limit. No, okay, so this is going to be the end stop sensor switch. So I don't think the ends are the same. 80% done. Excited to see your laser cutting again to take shape. Success is just around the corner. Yay! Okay, so we're going to insert a little tiny clip here, which is going to be for the end stop sensor. And I believe both ends, I'm going to double check, both ends are exactly the same. So just got to make sure you get the plug around the right way in the plug groove. So there's that one going to the sensor. And these are optical sensors, which is another nice touch. Good on you, Xtool. Optical sensors so that there's no moving parts that are going to wear out. Now this one is, when you have big fingers, am I right in the way? No, I'm not right in the way of the camera bit. There we go. Line that up and push that in. There we go. There's our optical sensor cable connected, and that just all rides up. And that's the little stop that senses the optical cable, and there's another one up here. Okay, now we are going to connect all of our cables to the main board down here. This apparently is really tricky for fat little fingers because all of those connectors are right down there. Right there. See? You can kind of see them right there. Come on, focus. Right there. We'll back that up a little bit though so you can see here. That got kind of dark. That got kind of dark. You guys getting sick yet from the motion sickness yet? There we go. Now if I focus it, it'll be much better. Whoa, dude. There we go. I knew you would get that comment. I always break the internet. Al Gore isn't happy with me. That's an American thing. I have no idea. Okay. Next, we have these cables that are kind of wrapped around my camera here. Come on. Okay, so these are going to come in. And these are pretty much color-coded. If you get these wrong, you shouldn't be building lasers. red, yellow, and white. And then down here we have corresponding red, yellow, and white. So as I said, if you get these wrong, sell me your laser. Okay. And the white goes in. So then they're all going in so that they have a little release clip, and the release clip goes up. So, but the trick is getting the fingers down in here to connect it. And it just takes a little bit of patience. Patience, he said. Here, this kind of freaking me out that I'm just on this camera. Not this one. I want the quad one. There we go. So you can see my concentration here. My gritting of the teeth. Come on. Okay. This is, I see what they meant when they said this is tricky, especially with big fingers. There we go. Come on, come on. Get in there, white one. There. Okay, white one connected. Now we'll shoot for the yellow. And this one's going to go in so that these two little nubbies are up. Okay. You remember when they kept trying to get everyone to use phones? Oh, okay. You guys are talking stuff that I don't totally understand, but that's okay. Talk away. There's only 7 of you on stream now, so that's all right. Not my record-breaking live stream, but hey, it's a Monday night. It's a last-minute thing, and maybe I'll get some rewatches after, but I doubt it. But I'll get some good footage for my video. Okay, and yellow one is in. And last but least, the red one. Whew. Red one's going to be the toughest. You watch. There's this big chunk of wires in my way, right in my face. Okay. There we go. Get it down and get it in. Come on. Come on. Okay. I have an idea. Where did I put them? I have a little idea. If I could find where I put my little... let me look over here. Oh, where did I put those? They might work. This might work. If I get some side clippers, just something to hold this so I can get down at the angle. No, that's not going to work. Okay, I'm just going to try it once more here. This is just really tough with big hands and chubby fingers. Big hand and chubby fingers. You look at the big hand and chubby fingers. Come on, there we go. Oh, there we go. Just takes another little bit of patience. There we go. Got it. Okay, good. See? Patience. Use tweezers. I was looking for my little force nips, whatever you want to call them. But that's okay. Okay, we got the 3 wires in. Done. Now we can stand it up, and they want us. Now, this is another area that I heard was quite interesting, was cable management. Now, I was advised to somehow get these cables so that they're running towards the back as opposed to where they're saying to clip them in, because it can interfere with the flow of the gantry. So let's have a look. Let's set it down and have a look at the gantry flow here. So we have the back. So with the down, coming underneath out of here. Okay, let's see. So we're at the back, and now they're saying to tie into the gantry up here on these 3 spots. When this comes up, supposedly it could hit. Okay, and I see why you want to go underneath and try and tuck it underneath so it stays on the underneath side. Okay, Just on the inside. Stays on the bottom side. Yes. Yeah. So that it doesn't hit it as it's going by. Okay. And I kind of see how they're sort of showing this here. So we will come, so there's one hole back here, very back corner, that's going to sort of put the zip tie in the right way around, you wonderful person, you, Tim. Okay, so let's get this zip tie started. This, okay, and that one's going to go right into the corner, right there. Okay, and this one's going to come, and we have another one right here, and then we're just going to kind of keep this down below the axis of the, I don't even know what I'm saying, below the axis of the rail. Keep the ties loose. Keep them loose? Oh, okay. I just tightened that one, but I'll keep this other one loose. So I want to keep this one because we want to be able to turn them around to go underneath. Yes. I think that was the thing, is the head of the ties that have to sort of swing around underneath. And I think that's why you're saying to keep them loose so that I can swing them around, if I'm not mistaken. Then tighten after you check the movement. Yeah. Okay. Come on. Okay, there we go. So there's that one. And there's 4 spots to tie it in here. 1, 2, 3 spots. Oh, I don't know what that 4th spot up here is for. Okay. I mean, but they're, you know, okay, so the one criticism that has been given on this machine is that they don't use a drag chain, but I don't know if they necessarily need to use a drag chain. Their cables are really well wrapped, so you're not going to have dust. So if you check the movement, so that movement's pretty good right there. But I believe I can tie into this 4th point. Yeah. I can tie into that 4th point. Yes. Right there. What's it catching on? Well, it just catches right on this little piece on the end here. That's why somebody said that they, on this end here, that they basically tie the wrap around the motor to keep this from coming up, because at this end, if the cable comes in, it's hitting this little piece in here, causing it to bind. Why is that one camera so far out of focus? Holy crap. Sorry about that. Your blurry eyes, your blurry eyes. So, yeah. Finally, a stream I can help with. There you go. What do you mean, finally, John? You're probably helpful on every stream. Extremely helpful, man. You know more. You've forgotten more than I know, I'm sure. Okay. So we have that one in place. Okay, now movement's smooth all the way up there. So when we come back, okay, that it hits this little bit here. And okay, that makes sense. And that's just a little, well, that belt tensioning thing is a little loose. I've got to just, I didn't snug this one up. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so that's what the part here is, just connecting with the belt tensioning part here, and it's just catching on it slightly. It's not bad now. Not bad now. Okay. I think I can safely rotate these just down, so they're just down below center, and tighten these up. Okay. There we go. And then I think I'm okay to snip these off now. Extremely helpful. Brain just won't stop hearing these. You're better at trolling. Look at you. Snip dingle. Snip dingle. And where did that last one go? Did that fall into the... Where did this piece just fly to? Oh, disappeared. And the last one under here. Oh, there it goes. I swear I lost one of the pieces I just cut. Okay, let's double check this again. And it looks like we're okay. We're not coming right to the very back though. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, we're not hitting the very back, and that's what's happening is this back cable is preventing it from going right to the back. So we need to come around and tension this back cable somehow, or tuck it under, so that this back cable is more, yeah. Okay, if you see what I mean, right here. So if I switch to this camera, right along here, as this comes back, this cable here tucks in and prevents this from going all the way back, so it's not hitting the end stop sensor here at all. So this cable has got to come somehow be sort of tucked in here a little bit more, so that can actually come all the way back. So, yeah. Hey, Dum Dum Dev. Okay. And with the $250 brands, you're not going to get a 20-watt laser, I don't believe. Yeah, it's 20-watt laser on this one. So I'm going to grab, and I'm going to do what they suggested here. I'm going to grab a cable, some longer cable tie, and just fix that issue before it actually becomes an issue. I don't know if I'll need two. This is the longest one I have here. And I'm going to just turn this up this way. No, maybe this way. Okay. And see, what I need to do is tuck this portion of the cable in a little bit. And the people that watched that did this basically just went around the stepper motor with a zip tie. Okay. And tuck that cable in. Let's just see. I think this is kind of what I remember seeing. There we go, just like that. And then that'll work. Yeah. And it doesn't interfere anywhere along there. We're going to cut that zip tie off. Oh, you can't see what I'm doing here. Let me just change the angle of that camera for a second. So basically what I did, if I switch to this camera, there we go. So right up in here, I just basically zip tied. Oh, sorry, this is just awkward because I've only got one hand and I don't have a cameraman. Oh, there we go. Okay. So if I come to the back now, what I did is I kind of zip tied this in so it kind of sits closer to the motor so that when it comes to the very back of the gantry, it's not interfering by bunching up in the back and not hitting this end stop switch over here. So that's what I did. Sorry about the lousy camera work. You cut that zip tie and then tucked and replaced. Okay, yeah. I think this will be fine. Just looking at it, I'm going to turn upside down for a second here. Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. I'm not, although actually I am pulling on that stepper motor wire. Hang on a minute. I don't like that. Where's my snippers? Did I drop my snippers? I must have. Oh, right there, under my feet. Yeah, that's pulling on that. I'm gonna redo this. Okay, that's pulling on that stepper motor wire. I don't want that to happen, so I'm thinking I'm going to undo the stepper motor wire, then tuck this in. Like that. Okay. And then plug the stepper motor wire in around it so that the stepper motor wire is not under the zip tie. There we go. It doesn't need to be. Now, that works. That works. Okay, good. There we go. Okay. So now we'll just double check all the wire management here. Make sure nothing is binding. We're hitting right up front. And we are making it right to the back. These zip ties, things need to be pushed downward a bit. There we go. There we go. And it is going to hit the, and we'll hit the end stop sensor just right on time. Perfect. Okay, good, good. I think we're good. I know we're good. Okay. Okay. How are we doing? Thanks, Dum Dum. How are we doing for time here? We're 8:16. I got another 45 minutes. Okay. Okay, so we got that portion done. We got the wiring. I'm not a fan that it's sliding on the table, but it's got a pretty good sheathing protected on it. And I may look at the wire management again in a future date. So we'll see. I would like that to not be riding on the actual work surface, because that eventually will wear after 22,000 hours. Okay, now we're going to work on the laser head. Yay. So here we have our laser head. Let's go to the floor camera again. So here we have our 20-watt laser head. So the first thing we're going to do on this is, according to the instructions, we're going to put our air assist tool in. Okay, which is right here. So this is going to go on and screw in. Oops, there's a little cap over top of that. And my chubby fingers will not get in there to remove that cap. So I know what John would recommend. Actually, I need a drink. You have piano fingers. Okay, tweezers. Just going to pull, there's a little dust cap over this air thing. Come on. Come on. Oh, man. No way my fingers will get in there, so. It would help to have tweezers that actually come together when you squeeze them, right? That works better. There we go. Did I get it all? I think I left a piece in there. Hang on. Aren't piano fingers long and thin? Poor Tim. Yeah, poor me. Come on. And just another little piece. Come on. It's like watching paint dry. If I make a video out of this, I'm fast forwarding this part, or I'm cutting it out, trust me. Okay, now we can put the nozzle, or the air assist connector in. I think we can. That looks like it's turned. That's kind of twisted. I think I have to move that headpiece around a hair. There we go. There we go. Now this should fit in. It was on an angle, it wasn't going. There we go. Now we got it. So we're going to tighten that, snug that up a little bit. There is no little wrench. Nope, let me find a tiny, tiny wrench. Where did I see one? Actually, I could probably just use, because we don't have to man tighten that. Just have to sort of make sure that it's on there snug. Just like so. And then that portion will stick up. There we go. There we go. And since we're not going to hook the air assist up just yet, we have a little cap. Kind of just sticks right in the end of that when we're not using it. Like so. There we go. So we have the air assist item on. Okay. We've put the cap in. We're going to plug it in. Okay. So we take this from behind. I believe this is running up from over here. And this comes from behind it, and we plug it in the back of it, which is right here. Whoops. Let's make sure we want to twist that wire. There we go. Oh, come on. There we go. So we're going to plug this in. And then we tuck the wire in underneath the little wire management doomer thingy there. And then, oops, we have our little tightening screw here. And then we slide the laser on, like so. Mind you, I'm getting ahead of myself. Slide the laser in. Use a thumb screw to fit the laser module. So we have a little thumb screw on this side right over here. So if I go back to this quad view, there's a little thumb screw right here, and it's not tightening. So now, apparently if that happens, so the thumb screw's not tightening, and apparently if that happens, I have to pull out on this and then turn the inner screw by hand, push back in here until that tightens. So this outer screw is a little bit loose, if you know what I mean. So there's a little thumb screw here. Okay, I'll show you on this camera. And it's a good thing I watched a couple of videos on this first, or I'd be going, what the heck is going on? So right here, there we go. What's John saying? When I ran the Xtool, oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, so this here, you lift the head to wherever, and then this little thumb screw tightens it, but obviously there's no place. So you can pull this little thumb screw out. You get a gap here because, of course, you can't do a full rotation on this. So they've allowed us, you can pull that out and then basically by hand turn that screw in further. And this is way out. There we go. Now it's loose, and you turn the thumb screw down and it locks it in place. So that was way out. And you can't help but wonder if somebody gets this machine, tries to assemble it, and goes, gee, this thing is broken, it's not working, I'm sending it back. You can't help but wonder that. There we go. And that's all it is. So when you want to raise or lower for focusing, you loosen that. You use your little focusing lever over here. Get it down to where you want it to focus, and then you tighten your thumb screw up and your Bob's your uncle. So there we go. Okay. There we go. Everybody like the smash button and share. Hey, thanks, Mike. Appreciate that. How are you? Welcome, sir. We have 12 people now. We went from 6 to 12 people. We doubled our viewership when I'm almost done the build. So there we go. Okay, so that's, again, a little trick there. If this thumb screw does not tighten, you have to basically, it's spring loaded. You pull the little red handle out, and with your same hand, you can just turn that little screw in and just keep trying until it will actually tighten the head. So perfect. Perfect, perfect. And they kind of rotate the handle to stop it from being blocked. Yeah, they don't kind of give you that really instructions in here if that is loose. Or do they? Loosen the screw. Hold the handle, draw it away from the thread part, rotate the handle to stop it from being blocked. The screw is not tightened or loosened. Exactly. They kind of give you instructions on how to do that. I should have known. I mean, this is one of the best construction manuals I've ever seen for any product, period. This is so detailed. Okay, so we have that part done. Everything's moving. Why is it not moving freely? Something's going on here. What's not moving freely here? Well, something underneath. Let me check underneath, see what's going on. I wonder if I didn't take a zip tie or something off. Oh, I got, there we go. We got some cables interfering with the, okay, so you got to be careful under here. Okay, I'm going to show you under here. Something I just noticed. Okay, let's get this camera up. Bench camera. Did this camera freeze? Of course that camera froze, just when I want to show you something. Hang on 1 second. Don't go away, people, because this is important. Let's take this camera and deactivate and activate. There we go. Okay, so I'll show you what's happening here is, see how these belts are riding so where the belt is, it's riding really close to these zip ties, so this cable is almost pulled towards the back. And what's happening is the end stop sensor, or the thing that's going to block the optical sensor, was rubbing. See, it's rubbing against the belt right there. Right there. So what I need to do is pull this kind of more around. Oh, they're very tight. More around to the front. I may have to undo that one and redo it, because there's our optical sensor right there. So now we're clear. See, now we're clearing this. So just test this and make sure that it's not going to hit any of these. And then there's the other optical sensor up top. And now that's much smoother. There we go. Yeah, something didn't feel right there, right? So you got to double check all this stuff. Okay. So now we should have smooth motion across the X. Okay, and we should have smooth motion up and down Y. Okay, which that's going to trip it before it hits there. And it's just going to trip it. Okay, something is still... Let's see. Something is still causing it to not quite go back all the way there. Anyways, no, but I think we're okay. My guess is it's going to trip the sensor first anyways. Yeah, it'll trip the sensor first. For thickness of material, then you have a power adjustment on the right side for thickness of material. Yes. Yeah, where you can focus the laser through material if you're cutting. Thanks for pointing that out, John. Yes, I should point that out too here. So on this side, why is this camera freezing? It's just too hot. Deactivate. Activate. There we are. There we go. So on this side, as John just mentioned, so once you get your focus done, so basically to focus this thing, you put your material underneath. So let's just suppose I'm going to pretend I'm going to etch my bench, burn my bench. You flip this little focus lever down. It's magnetically held up. So right there, just falls down. You undo this screw on this side until it touches the material. Then you snug up this screw. Now there's an adjustment one here where you can now loosen this, and then you can adjust your laser up. Oh, I was supposed to pull this back up. And then you can loosen this side and then adjust your laser up or down. Usually you're going to adjust it up. Well, hang on a minute. Am I doing this right? I think it's supposed to be set down to begin, and then you adjust it up. Oh, it's going to be at 0. I'm not sure where the point is. I have to read on that. But you can adjust, oh, right there. Then you can fine focus your laser up or down. So you're at 0 here. If you want to, if you're cutting through your wood, you can fine focus it down to 6 millimeters so you can actually focus on the other side or through your wood so that you have better cutting. That's what that means. So you have 0 and then the 6. So then once you're there, then you can snug up your, oops, wrong way. And you snug that up, and then you've basically fine-tuned your focus. That's, you know, yeah. John said it much easier than I did, but my first time using it. So that's how you would do that. Another video I watched today too showed me a method of testing your focus, because just because, and it made sense, just because you pop that down and you set your focus like this doesn't mean that that's perfect focus. That means that's what they have from factory setting as perfect focus. But it's also good to do a focus test at the different heights or at the different, so in other words, focus it, go ahead and put a 2 millimeter board in, focus it again, and do your different burns at different focuses and see which one looks best to you, because you may want to actually do your focus plus 2 millimeters, plus 3 millimeters, etc. And the video I watched on that, it made a huge difference. He ended up focusing 2 to 3 millimeters higher than what this said to focus, and he had sharper images. So I'll let you guys know who that is in a minute. It's who I'm going to burn my board from. John, you might have heard of the guy. His name is Sam Craft. Have you seen Sam Craft's channel? He does some really good stuff with lasers, and he has some great videos on the Xtool D1 Pro, the 20 watt. And I got a lot of good information watching a lot of his videos. Louisiana hobby guy Rich, I watch him to learn light burn. He knows light burn inside and out, and he knows his lasers inside and out. I like Sam Craft, the way he has the templates that he has available and everything for this thing. I'm going to actually be doing my spoil board based on the one he made, because it makes perfect sense to me. So you like Sam Craft? Yeah, Sam, he's great. And he's the one that I was watching talking about the focusing and doing your own focus test. And he's got all kinds of great tips and advice, especially on this specific laser. So yes, it's good to watch a variety of different people and get their opinions, and you learn different things from different people. So yeah, you watch his content. Good. I like that you're looking through the orange plastic to see the beam. Yes. Yeah, protects your eyes. And it's very, very low. And the other reason you want to adjust your focus sometimes too is especially if you're engraving those slate coasters. Sometimes those slate coasters are different thicknesses, right? And you don't want the head knocking them all over. So you're going to want to focus a little higher than you maybe normally would. So, you know, different reasons for different things. So, and also, Richard, the other thing is they do give you a really, really good pair. I believe they're good of laser glasses. They're green. So you're looking through green, and then you're going to be looking through orange. So I'm also looking at, John, do you have their enclosure for this? Do you have the Xtool enclosure? That looks really, really good. It looks really well built. So I'm interested in looking at their enclosure. I was going to build one, but I think for the price of their enclosure, it's why go through all the work and probably end up paying more to build one than getting their proper enclosure. I do have a fan thingamadoomer, input output fan thingamadoomer, and I want to rig it up to my basement window here so I can laser in the basement here in the winter. So LA Hobby Guy has a great forum with resources. Yeah, absolutely. I'm subscribed to LA Hobby Guy, to Rich. LA Hobby Guy. No, I'm not him. I'm thinking Louisiana. So Yeah, building his new place last year. Yeah, I've been watching Samcraft for a while. I watched Richard Louisiana Hobby Guy. I haven't heard of LA Hobby Guy. I should look at him. You have their enclosure. Someone hasn't been watching my videos. John, I can't watch everybody's. I'm going to start watching more of your videos. I promise. I promise. Especially if you have a discount code for their enclosure. I'm sorry, John. I do the best I can. I watched your video today. Honest. How many of mine have you watched, huh? Come on. Come on. No, I'm kidding. Anyways, okay. We're done here. We got to put insert the micro SD card, which I saw. I need to take a drink. I do. I don't watch all your videos, John. I'll admit I got some catching up to do, but I do watch a lot of your videos. I promise I do. I haven't really been into lasers lately, so I haven't been watching many laser videos. But now we're starting. I've got back into doing laser stuff over the summer. We've done some work on cheap atom stack laser I have. We made some money on the atom stack laser, so I thought, you know what? Let's up our game a little bit. So, oh, I was going to double check real quick here, these legs. And, oh, yes, they're red. Yay! So with this came 2 packages of red extender legs. So that's awesome. Okay, micro SD cards right here. They want me to insert the micro SD card, insert the TF card before using the Xtool Gold and Red. Otherwise, some functions may fail, such as Wi-Fi connection-based processing, offline processing, and framing in processing view. So I assume that they have some firmware or some software of some sort on this. So we have to insert this right here. There we go. Okay, that's inserted. Good. That's done. We have some spare parts here. I don't know what this gold ring thing is. There is a little gold. I'm not sure what that is. John, you probably know what that is. Mind you, if I follow the instructions, I might have seen it, but I just don't know if I forgot to put something in. Little gold piece here that was in the accessory kit. Not quite sure what that's for. Anyways, I'm sure it'll come up in the instructions. Does it have anything written on it? No. Okay. But otherwise, I've used all the pieces, and there are a few spare screws. And we'll fire it up and see if it holds and everything. I won't have much time to burn something tonight. Oh, still got 20 minutes left. I don't want to burn too much because I'm in the basement. That's a spare lens. Oh, it is. Really? Oh. Well, that's cool. Is there actually glass or a lens in it? Oh, there is too. Look at that. Very cool. Okay. Another good reason to buy these quality products, right? So maybe I should just burn my name in the bench. What do you think? Can't hurt. No, it can't. Okay, we've inserted the SD card. And meet your D1 X Pro Gold. Meet your Xtool D1 Pro Gold and Red. So now they're talking about the different parts. We have our indicator. We have our button. We have our power switch on the side here. We have our USB and our power cable. Adjust the tension of the timing belts. Okay. Try to set the timing belts on the right side and left plates to the same tension so that the Xtool D1 Pro can cut and engrave materials properly. So I've done that, and I think, let me just check the tensions here, double check them. Maybe the left side's a tiny bit looser. Let me just, oh, it's on the back here. It's on this side. So we got to come back here. And there's the screw there. Can I see where the hole is? Or do I have to actually go around there? Let's not scratch my machine up. Let's go ahead and just do this. Find the hole. There we go. And let's just go. Let's move this forward so that we have there. Okay, there we go. And I know there's different tools out there you can get that, you know, you can test your tensions with, but I usually like to I either do a squeeze test or just a feel test, and I've tensioned enough 3D printer belts to kind of get a decent feel for it. Maybe just a little bit more on this one. There we go. That feels good to me. That left is always looser in the US anyway. Okay, I've been making all kinds of stuff. Buying files off of Etsy for $5, totally worth it for most of them. Cool. Cool. Political joke. The left is always, oh, political joke. See, I wouldn't get that. I'm US politics, like, so. Okay, we got the belts, tensions adjusted. Now that they don't talk about this tension, but this tension's pretty good. That tension feels fine to me. Now, put the focal length setting bar down. We don't have to worry about that. Loosen the thumb screw on the other side and slide the laser module up or down. After determining a position, tighten the thumb screw and put the focal length setting bar back up. That's another thing that I was told was an interesting issue with when you're doing slates. So you put the tensioning bar down, or the focusing bar down, you drop it to get the focus on a slate, but then when you pull it up, you're going to scratch that surface of the slate if you're not really careful. So, because they're very sensitive to scratching. Okay, and the zero position is right when they talk about, we already looked at the other secondary focusing, to focus thick. By default, the focal length bar is aligned to set to 0, which is right where it should be right now. Yep, at the top of the doomer thingy. They don't really have a, yeah, it's pretty much there. Okay, so we already talked about that when you want to focus deeper into the wood when you're cutting it. And now they talk about downloading and installing software. Okay, cool. We download the Xtool Space Creative software. Now, I've heard that software is pretty good, but because I have Lightburn, I think there's no sense trying to learn another software. Xtool Creative Space is free. I have a Lightburn subscription. So, yeah. Yeah. So, the LaserBox basic software does not support Xtool D1 Pro Gold and Red. The LaserBox basic software. Yeah, I'm not really concerned with that. Ensure the software you use is XCS. You have updated XCS and machine firmware to the latest versions. If the versions are not the latest ones, update them as prompted by XCS, which is Xtool Creative Space. Well, from what I understand, Lightburn will recognize this. The only thing Lightburn doesn't do in this that XCS does, what was it? There's one thing that Lightburn doesn't do. I don't remember, but I don't think it was a game changer. So, create examples with projects. So now, this is basically now where we go ahead and we try something. So, I don't have anything hooked up. I do have my laptop, so perhaps I could hook my laptop up to this. We got a few seconds. I just want to make sure the laser's going to fire. So what's Andrew saying now? I miss the days when all the stuff we quieted down when, oh yeah, election season. Ah. Oh, okay. Now let's go grab my laptop here. Okay. Oh, is my power cord with it? Yes, it is. So here's my mess of a laptop. Let's just plug her in. Just kidding. Okay, we'll move this over here. Got my laptop over here. And we do have Lightburn installed on the laptop. This is the laptop I use for burning out in the garage. Okay. And we'll pop that open, turn that on. Oh, it's already on. There we go. Oh, look at that. Easel. Oh, just went blank. Oh, you know why? Why'd you just go blank? Oh, because I hit the power button and I think I told it I wanted to turn it off. There we are. Let's minimize this. I won't be able to show you on screen because I don't have my laptop hooked up to the stream. So, got a little tingle there. Yeah, I wish. I'm just a terrible actor. So let's open Lightburn. Let's grab a USB cable. Oh, it comes with one. It actually looks like a decent USB cable. One thing that I've always been warned against with anything is to not use cheap USB cables because you can get signal degradation. But this looks like it's not a bad USB cable. It's not one of those cheap little blue ones. So I'll plug this in into the USB on my handy dandy HP laptop. You know something? I got this laptop from Costco, oh, what, 2-3 years ago? Maybe 2 years ago? I don't remember. During the pandemic, anyways. And I keep forgetting it's a touchscreen laptop. So I can touch things on the screen and move them around in that. I keep forgetting that, though, because it comes in handy sometimes. Okay, now we need to plug in the Xtool. Okay. Now, I don't know, it might home when it starts up. Sometimes they will, sometimes they won't. And we're going to see, you know what came before USB? Do I know what came before USB? USA. I'm assuming that's what you're going to say, USA. You know, United States of America versus United States of whatever. I love my southern neighbors. I really, really do. Okay, and then we have our brick. I have more bricks than I can throw a brick at. See what I'm in there? Yep, you know too well. Yeah, I know you very well, and that's the scary part is I'm starting to get your humor, which really kind of scares me. Okay, we'll plug this in here. The other complaint that I've had people say is, why do they have the USB and the power cords right at the front of the machine? You know what? First world problems is what I say, because you know what? Run it down the side, get some little zip tie things, clip it down the side and run it out the back. It's not a big deal. I'm sure their enclosure is allowed for the plugs to come in the front, et cetera, so not a big deal. You feel like the red-headed stepchild of Canada. Okay, let's power it on. Let's go ahead. Let's get this guy up a little bit more. And let's power it on and see if it automatically homes or what it's going to do. Okay, we have our focusing light, which came on, our crosshairs. And it didn't automatically home, which is okay. My computer recognized it because my computer went bloop, bloop, boop, boop. I love this feature that it has. You can see it has the crosshair. It's got a red laser beam that doesn't hurt you, and it's a focusing beam as far as for positioning your work, so you know exactly where you're going to be. Very, very cool. Okay, so let's go into Lightburn. Let's see. I wonder if I do this camera and move it over here, if you can kind of, no, not really. This is awful. I don't have this hooked up. If I had a long enough USB cable, I'd hook it up to my computer, but I don't yet. But we'll do this more eventually. You guys can put up with this for now. Okay, so in Lightburn, I'm still learning Lightburn, so bear with me here for a second. So in Lightburn, I'm going to, let's see if I can get you a little better view of that. Not really. That's okay. I'm going to go down here somewhere, devices. Okay. And we are going to find my laser. Let's see if it finds it. Next. And didn't find it. Go back. We'll scan for connected devices, attempt to find one you recognize. Scan, and it didn't find it. So I wonder, my USB is connected. I don't know if it's going to automatically find it or if I have to manually enter it. Let's unplug. Yep, laptop, it knows it's plugged in, so if I plug it back in, boop boop, gets the boop boop. So it's quite possible that I just have to manually enter this in Lightburn. I thought I heard, maybe this is one of the things that I was hearing, is that it doesn't automatically recognize this. Let's just see. Try it again here. Well, did I freeze my computer or what? Oh, there we are. It did. There it is right there. I just had to reboot it or something. So there, it says Xtool D1 Pro, on-com for 432 by 406 millimeter. Boom, it's done. add device. We'll call this the Xtool D1 Pro. Or why don't we call it Xtool DeWitt's Tool? We'll call it DeWitt's Tool. No, we won't. Okay. I don't need to renew my cyber attack, blah, 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 McAfee. Thank you. And then we go, so there is our thing. Next. We are going to home on the rear left, if I'm not mistaken on this one. Yes, and auto home on startup. Next. That's it. You're done. Here's a summary. Boom, 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 boom. Then we go finish. Okay. And then we go okay. Now let's just go ahead and home it and see what happens, shall we? Let's go to our floor camera. And let's move this camera out of the way. And let's do a home. And nothing happened. Oh, waiting for connection. Okay, maybe this is not a good USB cable. Still waiting for connection. We are in COM4. Maybe I have to reboot. Dismiss. We're on COM4, which is fine. Waiting for connection. Maybe I got to restart Lightburn. Let's just see. Let's shut down Lightburn. We'll restart it. COM4. Waiting for connection. So it's not it's not finding the printer or the laser. DeWitt's Tool. Be a shorter name. You want me to rename my channel to DeWitt's Tools? So we're waiting for connection. So we're not finding the connection. So let's just make sure. It might be a bad USB cable. Very possible. Is there any way to test that it's here? Let's find my laser again and see. No, see, it's not finding it now. And I'm wondering if that could be a bad USB cable. It's not even finding the laser now. No, okay. So let's try a different cable. I hear I'm bragging about, whoa, look at the quality USB cable they give you. So let's try a different USB cable and see if that makes a difference. It's one of those rare things to have on hand lately is actually a decent USB cable. So let's see what I got in my cable drawer over here. Come on over here. Well, you're not going to come over here. Okay. Here we go. So I have, I have one of those cheap blue ones. What the heck? Well, I don't know if it'll be long enough. No. Let's just see if I can make it reach. Watch this. This one will work. The other one will not have worked. I don't have any USB ports on this side of my laptop. That's one thing I don't like. But let's just see if I can move this around close enough to at least get this to work. There we go. Okay. Let's just see. And I have lots of USB cables down at my office downtown, so unplug the cable and plug it back in. That's what I did, David, and it recognized it, and then it stopped working again. So let's go ahead and see. Now the mouse has stopped working. Okay, well, let's just go ahead and find my, now the computer is frozen. What the heck? Come on. And plug it in. Escape. Okay, where's my mouse? What did I do? Come on. Seem to have lost. There we are. There's the mouse. Okay, there we go. Let's look under devices again. Find my laser. And next. And so it found the laser again. Okay. It's in there twice. We'll delete one of them. Okay, so it found it. Now it's not doing anything. So we're on a different COM now. I wonder if there's something I have to install in my computer as far as a driver goes. I know that sometimes you have to install a certain driver, and I didn't, so that's one thing I got to check. Now, I guess I guess maybe if I read a quick start guide, it might tell me in here, the other book might tell me if I have to install a driver of some sort in order to operate this. Let's just see. Nope. No. Okay. Okay. Because we're not. It just keeps saying waiting for connection, but yet it finds the laser. Okay. Try this once more. Let's just delete what's in there. Remove. I can remove that old Gerbil one. I don't need it anymore. Now let's find my laser. And it's not finding the laser. So it's something going on. Yeah, something happening. Let's say download the config from Xtool for Lightburn. Okay, okay. Let's go ahead and do that, what John said. I kind of figured there might have been something. Okay, let me get on to my interwebs here. I'll go to Xtool. And we're going to be under software. Come on, software. Okay, and Xtool creative space I don't really need right now. Seamless creation, blah, blah, blah. Where's the drivers? It's probably going to be under support. And okay, and we need let's see if I can find it here. Software. Operate Xtool D1 Pro with Lightburn. Here we go. Download and install Lightburn. We've got Lightburn. Before you configure, download the configuration file first. There we go. And then open Lightburn, devices on laser. Import the Xtool D1 Pro 3B, D3B, and then, okay. I think that's the file that I was supposed to download. Yeah, okay, so let's see if that worked. Let's just make sure that is the right one. Okay. Import perfs from the menu. If you choose import perfs, the original configuration is overridden. Make sure you start configure D1 Pro in this way instead of choosing import perfs. Okay. Open Lightburn, click devices on the laser. Click import to the file Xtool D1 Pro V3. Okay, let's try that. Import. Let's get rid of what I've done first. I don't want to. Okay. Import. Go to my download folder. Open. There we go. And okay. Okay, let's read the rest of the instructions. Okay, we imported it. Yep. The following device information is displayed after the file is successfully imported. If the device still disconnects, please check the COM port. Okay. Okay. So we are serial/USB. And there we go. Next. And rear left. Next. And finish. And we should be good. And we can go OK. And there's no COM port chosen. Oh. That helps if I choose the right device, but we still don't have a COM port. So let's double click. We are Gerbil. LP3. Okay. Next, we are serial. Okay, we didn't get a serial port, so we need to do just me. This is just a learning curve for me. We'll figure it out. I'm probably losing everybody. That's okay. We gotta quit it here soon, anyways. We're at our 9 o'clock time. I'm gonna try one more thing here. I think I know what I did wrong, so let's try one more thing. Oh, you know, really helps if I actually plug the USB back in. You know, that makes a difference. You know, if you actually might make a big difference if I actually plug the printer in. How foolish do I feel? Not too foolish. And finish. And okay. We're on COM3 X Pro Tool D1. There we go. We homed. Really helps if I plug the laser in. Okay, so we did it again. So I will kind of show you. We're here. If I hit the home button, nice smooth movement. Done. Okay. Now I should be able to control the laser. I should be able to say move. We're going to use absolute coordinates on this. So absolute coordinates, we're homed. Okay. Okay, we're home, no problem. I'm going to just move my laser, move it around with the keys, make sure everything works okay. And we'll home it again. Okay, I'm going to move it to the middle of the bed. And we're going to just fire it up and make sure it's going to work. So let's go ahead and just move it around the middle of the bed. Man, that's fast. Okay. I'm just going to turn the laser on fire at 5%. 6, 5, and fire. And we do, it works. Okay. Fan comes on, laser fires, so that's no problem. Test burn on the tabletop. Plug in USB. Oh God. But it's funny you say that. I was going to test burn on the tabletop, but I don't think I will. I'm just going to stick a piece of wood here. I just have a scrap piece of whatever. We'll stick this under. Let's get the focus on it first. So there's the focus. Okay, so that's our focus spot. We will go ahead and just type something. Let's just go ahead and type something funky in here. Let's just do DeWitt. I don't want to burn too much. I'm just going to do a quick outline. Let's sort of move the laser to the, let's just move it up near the top of the board here. And there we go. And let's just type something really quick here. DWIT 3D. I don't want to create too much smoke in here. If I frame that, let's see where we're going to frame to. Well, that's pretty big. I don't want to go that big. I don't want to create that much smoke. So let's go ahead and just frame that smaller. Let's see. That's better. I can get away with that, but I'm just going to move it up to the top corner here. I love those little laser lights because it lets me actually position my wood. And let's try it again. Okay, so I'm in just about there. Now, for this, I'm going to guess. We're going to do it at 43 speed. Oh, okay, we're already on, so we're at 43. So we're not on, I haven't set out any of my units. So let's go ahead and go millimeters per second. Yeah, I'm used to millimeters per minute. So millimeters per second. I need to figure out this. I've never used a 20-watt laser before, so I'm going to go 50 millimeters per second. Is that equal to 5,000 per minute? Yeah, it's probably too slow. 50 millimeters per second. Got to position my wood. Oh, stop it, Andrew. I just got to do the calculations here. 60, no, 50 would be 3,000. Yeah, so let's just go 50 at 50%. I'm not even going to go 50% power. This is a 20-watt laser. I'm just going to go 30% power and see what happens. I gotta burn some test patterns, yada yada yada, all sorts of stuff. So let me get my safety glasses on. Even though we have an orange screen on this thing, it's always good to wear safety glasses. If I get too much smoke, I'm going to stop it because I do have smoke detectors. But I'm going to open my window. I'm going to go here and open up my shop window. Not that that'll help, but it'll bring some fresh air in. And let's give this a shot. So we'll frame it once more. So let's go ahead and switch this camera. Frame it once more. Okay, and we'll do a quick burn. Let's just see what happens. Here we go. We're pew-pewing. Now I can smell it a bit. Is there any smoke rising? Oh, it's a little bit, yeah. So there's a little bit of smoke here. Just doing one's not going to kill. Smells a little bit. As long as Maria doesn't say fire. She might be watching right now, though. I could have gone much faster at a higher percentage. I'm only at 30% power here, so. And we're going to do some more testing in the garage. And then we're going to get the enclosure eventually, and we will air this thing out. Okay. Usually tells me how much time is left, but console, maybe, cut rails. It's not telling me how much time it's left. It usually does. I just have to do some settings in there. I do have an air assist pump for the ProVeer that I'm hoping will work on this. There's not a lot of smoke in here. Good. It's not a very deep burn. Main purpose of this is to make sure it works. There we go. Okay, we're done. Glasses can come off. Let's home the laser. Actually, first I'm going to raise it up off the wood a little bit here. There we go. And we're going to home it. Get it out of the way. Keep losing my mouse. There we go. Okay, and it's a good looking burn. I mean, it's just a quick burn. looks good. There we go. Here, let me switch to a different camera. Let's switch to this guy. Put this thing to work. There we go. That was just at 50 millimeters per second at only 30% power. So it's not really black or deep, but it's very, very sharp, and it works. So my main goal was to make sure that the laser works. It's a refurbished machine. I think it looks brand new to me. So as I say, it comes with a 1-year warranty. It works. It's burning the wood, no problem. It's extremely sharp. And it's a really, really well-built machine. So yes, we're good. I don't know what this button does yet. I got to read some more stuff. So we're going to power this off for now. And we're going to close this and call that a successful build and test. Little quick test burn. I do have the files that I got from Samcraft for a spoil board. I've got to get myself a spoil board. I'm going to use 1/2-inch plywood. I forget the brand, but it's got a really nice smooth surface to it, almost as clean as this. But I'm going to do 1/2-inch to ensure that it's nice and flat. I'm going to be printing leg support things where you just plop your laser into the legs on the spoil board, so that every time you can put your riser legs on, and it'll always go back in the exact same spot on the spoil board, so that when you're using absolute positioning and the marks on the spoil board, when you place your products down and then you generate your designs in light burn, that it's going to burn exactly where it should burn, which is a beautiful thing I like about this laser and the lasers that have really good homing sensor switches on them, is because you can do that. You can home it, and as long as you home it, you know you're going to be in the right position every time. So that is the activation button for using the Xtool software. Okay, perfect. I might try that software just to see. Where did you find the refurbished unit? You can tell me to rewind and watch the beginning if you want. No, it's on Xtool. The link is in my description down at the bottom of all my mumbo jumbo. There's a link to the refurbished machine. It's $400 US less than the actual new machine. It comes with their full new machine warranty. The only caveat on the warranty is if they have to replace the machine under warranty, they replace it with another refurbished machine, not a new one. But from every YouTube video I've watched and every review I've read on the refurbished machines, nobody's had any issues with them. They're packaged with everything. Even with the nice brand new laser goggles, you get your complete sample kit comes with it. It's not like they just took whatever people returned and you just get that. They make sure everything's working. They clean it up. I wouldn't have been if I didn't know this was refurbished. I wouldn't have known it was refurbished. I would have assumed this was brand new. It's so clean and in such good shape. And everything's included, and everything was packaged as if it was new, so it's perfect. The Xtool software has come a long way since the original. Okay, interesting, good. I might try it just to see. So we'll see. Get a honeycomb, great for cutting. Dave, I do have a honeycomb. It's a what's the other company that sells lasers? Not Atom Stack. It's not Xtool. It's Comgrow. I have a Comgrow honeycomb board which is magnetic, etc. So I do have a Comgrow honeycomb. I think it's 350 or 300 for cutting. So you didn't get your super chat sound. Oh, did you do it? You did not, did you? Oh, I'm sorry if I missed a super chat. I've just been so busy. Did you do a super chat earlier? Oh, Richard, I'm so sorry. Thank you so much. Here, hang on 1 second. Oh, I've been too focused on everything, and I didn't expect any super chats, but I appreciate it. Thank you. Right here. Here we go. I'm going to do it twice for you because you had to listen.
Super chat.
Okay, and one more time, just because.
Super chat.
There we go. I apologize, my friend. I'm so sorry. Thank you very much. That is greatly appreciated. See, I get so focused on stuff, and if I'm not looking up too often, I don't see it, and I apologize, but thank you very much. You want soup. Well, Sunday's a soup day. You guys all saw my new soup bowl. You saw my new super chat decals. If you didn't, there they are. I have Super Chat decals right here. Look at that. Look at that. Super Chat. I don't know. It started something here. It's weird. It's corny, but what the heck? You know, everybody needs their little niche. I love the smell of burning wood, by the way. No smoke detectors going off, so I think we're okay. So, yeah. Anyways, I'm going to probably go to the Home Depot tomorrow or the day after, get myself that piece of wood. I've got to cut it to just over 24 by 24, I think. And we're going to make some legs for it. We're going to do the spoil board. We're going to print the spoil board, but I'm going to do that out in the garage until I get the enclosure. But I will be filming some, I'll be filming a lot of stuff we do on this as we do it and as we get new. This is just, I can't say enough about this. I feel so good about this machine and the quality of this, the build and everything. And from what I've been reading and hearing, the quality of the printing is extreme, is excellent. So it's no CO2 laser, it's not a diode or a infrared, etc. But for a diode laser, I hear this is really, really good. And they do have an upgraded 40-watt head now, but that's a little out of my budget right now. So yeah, very creative. Thank you, Mike. That's all Andrew Humphrey's fault. So there's a long story behind the super chat thing, but hey, when you have an idea and somebody's giving you an idea and you come up with an idea, you got to run with it. So folks, that's it for tonight. We did what we set out to do. We built the Xtool D1 Pro 20-watt laser. We got it set up and we did a little quick little test burn. Yay, success. So I want to thank everybody who's here. I want to thank you for the super chat and thank everybody for watching. And you're a goof. Yeah, you are a goof, but in a good way, right? I'm a goof too. So thank you, everybody. It means a lot for those of you that stuck around through this whole thing and those of you that conversation. John, thank you so much for all your help with this. You've got a lot of experience on this, more than me, and you helped me out immensely with getting this going, and I'll probably be asking you questions as we go, so we'll see. So thank you so much, guys. I'm going to end this right now. I think I'm going to try, and we will catch you guys probably on Sunday, and we'll maybe look at some of the progress I've made on this thing between now and then. So I intend to do a lot of burning, so it's going to be great. So thank you, guys, and we'll catch you guys next time. Thank you so much. Hang on, I'm going to switch this camera and say goodbye. Hang on, goodbye. Bye, guys. See you later. Take care. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all very much. Have a wonderful week, and talk to you soon.